So, welcome to Sunday morning Mindful Flow Yoga. This morning we are going to be opening the hips. We're going to be moving through a flow that helps the area known as Chakra 2, which is the second energetic chakra in the body and really relates to our ability to be creative, to be flexible of mind, not just body, but mind, and to be able to kind of go with the flow of life. So I think that's always a good one to come back to. It's such an important lesson when life throws us curveballs and the unexpected happens, because it's how we react to what is thrown at us that really determines our ability to either alleviate or fall into more suffering. So the ability to be creative, go with the flow, I think is a great lesson to come back to from time to time. So today we're going to start off in Sukhasana. We're going to take a moment just to ground. If you'd like to sit up on a blanket, you can bring that blanket to your seat. Always helps to sit up on the edge of the blanket and tilt the pelvis forward. Creates better alignment starting with the lower back and just helps bring that energy flow right up through the body. So take a gentle seat. I invite you to close your eyes or bring your gaze softly down your nose. Hands resting in your lap. And I'll suggest that you sit with your palms up. Palms up with light, rested fingers. And just in this first minute or so, key into the area at the palm of your hand. Feel a little bit of warmth, a little bit of vibration in the palm of your hand. And allow that vibration to resonate. This is an area of the body where we can imagine, visualize receiving energy flow. Feel a little tingle or just bringing awareness to your palms in this upward position. You can imagine that energy flow traveling up your arms, into the shoulders, the neck, and then moving throughout the thoracic chamber, the heart, the lungs, where it can be circulated throughout the rest of the body. Softly breathing here, feeling this warm energy flow moving throughout your limbs, helping to relax, helping to warm, and finding a peaceful space in this meditative seat. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Just soft and smooth. No rushing. Warmth cascading through your body. And letting everything relax. One more breath. begin to slowly open your eyes. Bring your gaze forward. If it feels good, maybe offer yourself a little smile. Welcome to your practice. All right, so we're going to begin in another seated posture. You can come off the blanket if you wish. It might be a little bit easier to take deer pose. We're going to begin with a hip opener in deer pose. So what we're going to do is we can start with the right leg, if you're mirroring my image here, right leg with the shin coming parallel to the long end of your mat. So your foot is flexed, shin parallel. And then we're going to let the other leg sort of cascade or windmill, pinwheel maybe out on the other side. So make sure there's a little space, maybe a hand's width space between your heel and your opposing knee. From there, we're going to turn to the right side, lifting up, drawing the energy up through the spine. Turn and create a twist so that your body is facing up to the end of your mat. And then slowly begin to walk your hands down. If you need to come down on blocks instead of all the way down to the mat, you're welcome to bring a block underneath. Or you can let your forearms come all the way down. So just relaxing into this twist, which is also a nice gentle opener for the hips. Palms are down, shoulders are relaxed. Release any tension that you feel in the hips. Softly breathing. Today we will go with the flow. Might let your head just drop down. Maybe your neck can open up in the back a little bit as you relax further into deer posture. Let's take 3 more breaths here. One more here. And then on your next inhalation, push down through your hands, lift yourself up. Walk your hands back to the center. Keep your legs where they are. And we're going to fold over that front right leg. So you're going to come forward now, walking your hands gently forward. And again, determining how low it feels appropriate for you to come down. If you can come down to the forearms, that's great. If you need to keep your hands up or rest on blocks, then please take that modification. This is a deeper opening for that right hip, so you'll feel it as soon as you start to fold forward. But it should still feel soothing and gentle as we just offer ourselves a little slow releasing time for these hips to get a little warmed up. So 3 more breaths here. Again, you can let your head drop down if you just want to relax through the back of your neck. All right, 1 more breath. Inhale, begin to walk your hands backwards. Come back up to your initial seated posture. And then we'll just flip those legs around the other way. So left leg coming forward now. Shin parallel to the edge of your mat. Right leg pinwheeled around. Turn first. Bring your heart and your belly around into your twist. Lift yourself up. And then begin to walk the hands down once again. And if your back is a little bit stiff, you may really want to take this easy as you are creating a pretty good twist in the lower and mid-back. So just find your space, give yourself grace. And then once you're in the correct shape, try Try to relax and release into the pose. Breath slow and long. Controlling the release so that the tension begins to roll off of your body. And then one more breath here. Next inhale, start to walk your hands up. We're going to fold forward once again. Going very slowly because you're going to feel that left hip. Ooh, it's going to talk to you as you start to come down. If you're at all tight in the hips, then bring a support underneath your arms. You don't need to go down all the way. Just use that breath flowing in and out. Infusing your body with flexibility of mind. Even more than flexing your body, allow yourself to just accept what comes. 3 more breaths here. On your next breath, start to walk your hands backwards. Come back up to your seat. You're going to flip the legs around. Extend your legs down the mat, and we're going to take a forward fold in a seated position. So ground your sits bones down, reach your arms up and overhead. This time we're folding forward, cascading over your toes, and just feeling everything stretch and release from the seat, from your sacrum all the way up through the base of your neck. One more breath here. Begin to lift up, come back all the way to the top. Bring your feet, bend your knees, come to your feet, and then just kind of walk yourself forward so that you can come up to a little toe position. So I'm standing on the balls of my feet, my heels are lifted. If you like, we're going to come to a toe balance here. So if you'd like, you can always bring your blocks to help lift yourself up, steady yourself in a toe balance position. If you like, you can let go of those blocks and really focus on a point that you can look at, your Drisdi point, to help your focus, help your body align with a center point. Breathe. 2 more breaths here if you can. Today I resolve to go with the flow of life, accepting all the unexpected joys it contains. What a nice idea, right? All right, if you like, you can bring your hands to those blocks, steady yourself. We're going to actually push ourselves up. So you can bring hands to blocks or the mat. Lift yourself up, coming to a forward fold position with feet hip distance apart. Let your head cascade down. Give it a couple of yes/no shakes. Just let that neck release. Your knees can be soft. It might even feel good to slightly sway back and forth. Just feeling whatever tension is in the upper back or your neck. Slide right down to the earth. Your next breath, start to walk your hands up your legs. Help yourself up to a standing position. Root those feet down as you lift your arms up. Nice full body stretch. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Exhale, bring your right hand to your right side. Left arm is going to reach up even higher and then bring it over your ear for a standing crescent. Nice deep breath here. Roll that left shoulder back. Maybe gaze upward toward the ceiling and just feel the left side of your body stretching and extending. Energy flowing all the way from the earth up through your fingertips. Inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale, left hand down. Reach that right arm up and take it over your ear so we stretch the right side in the same way. A little shift that the shoulder, pushing it backwards and gazing upward, will just accentuate the stretch on the side. If that's not comfortable on your neck, you can look down or forward. One more deep breath here. Keep pushing down through the outside of the right ankle. Inhale, bring both arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and from your forward fold, bend your left knee generously and take your left hand around your right ankle. Right hand is going to come to the waist. You're going to inhale and draw your heart and your belly to the right, lifting up so that your elbow is pointing upward toward the ceiling. And then as you come into the full rotation of this torso twist, then you can raise your right hand up. Breathing here, letting that left shoulder drop down and relax. Right arm lifting and reaching a little further. If you want to spin it open a little bit more, that's up to you. Exhale, bring that right hand down, forward fold. Bend your right knee this time. Right hand comes around the left ankle. Left hand comes to your waist. Turn your belly and your heart. Rotate the torso to the left. Come into the full rotation wherever you find that resistance point to stop. And then lift your left arm up. The reason we do that is that I don't want everyone to lift with the arm because that just tries to torque into the shoulders. We really want to get the rotation through the torso first. The fingers and hand can be last. Right shoulder relaxing down. One more breath. Exhale, bring the left hand all the way down and forward fold. We're going to inhale, bend both knees, bring your arms forward, lifting up into a chair pose, Utkatasana. Sitting down in your chair, lifting hands forward. Tailbone is reaching and lengthening down toward the spine. My shoulders are pressed down my back. Looking forward between my hands. Legs are strong, core is engaged to hold me steady. Deep breath here. And then inhale, straighten your knees, come all the way up. Palms together over your head. And then open up into a slight back bend with upward prayer hands. Open your collarbones, lift your heart. Once again, tailbone is lengthening down. If your neck is not comfortable in this little back bend, you can always keep your neck forward and your chin down. It does not affect your upper back stretch. Inhale, bring your hands up to center and exhale, forward fold. Inhale once again, come all the way back up. This time bring those arms up and then bring them down and to your waist. Bring your weight and root down through, bring your weight to your left foot and root down through that left foot. Lifting the right knee up. Hands are then going to come underneath my right thigh. From here, we're going to take the right hand to the inside of the right knee. And then open that knee out to the right, coming to Padangusthasana C in a modified version. Left hand comes back to the waist. Flex your right foot. Deep breath here. And then take that right foot down. We're going to come to tree pose, either placing the foot above or below the left knee, never on the knee. You can then bring your hands to your waist if you prefer. They can come to your heart. Or if you like, you can raise those arms up and overhead, reaching through both hands, opening your right hip. Steady gaze. Very nice. Hands and foot come down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring yourself all the way back up. Bringing your balance into the right foot this time, lifting the left knee. Steady yourself if you like, bringing your hands under your left thigh. Continue to lift up, so don't sink down and bring your weight into that right hip. Lift that energy up, pushing down with your foot. Then take your left hand to the inside of its knee. Open that left leg out. Flex the left foot. Find your drishti point, balance. Continue to feel energy lifting up through your spine. Deep breath here. And then we'll just guide that left foot to the inner right thigh or below the knee. Your choice for Vriksasana tree pose. 3 full breaths here in tree. I open myself up and enjoy the free flow of this beautiful life. One more breath, you've got this. And then exhale, slowly and with control, release everything down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, cascade forward into forward fold. From our forward fold position, we'll step back to downward facing dog. Nice, long, stretchy down dog. Just take a moment, find a pose, find your support. We never want to rush through these things, but I want you to really fully embrace and embody every posture for all the benefits it can give to you. So press down through your thumbs and index fingers. Feel the support from your hands. Travel up the arms. Hips are rising high. Your thighs are pressed toward the back of your mat. Beautiful length of the spine. Deep inhale here. Exhale, let it out. Wonderful. All right. From downward facing dog, we're going to come forward and drop both knees down. And then just press back for one child's pose. Inhale the next breath in. Exhale back to downward dog. From downward dog once again. Now from downward dog, I'm going to have a little different transition. We haven't done this before, so just bear with this description because I hope this makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the left foot forward so that we're on the top of that foot and we come down on the left knee. Right leg is still extended. Okay, so it's like a half table, right leg extended. And then we're going to lift the right leg up. So we're in a tabletop position with the right leg lifted. And then you're going to bend your right knee, drop your foot toward your backside. As you do, bend your elbows and come down on your forearms. So now your forehead is reaching down, you're on your forearms, you're on your left knee, and you're reaching your right foot up. Inhale, come back up, reach the right foot back down, and then just roll that left foot back, press back to downward facing dog. I hope that made sense. That seemed a little complicated, but we'll see how it works. Let's try it on the other side. So we're going to inhale. You're just going to roll over your right foot, leave your left leg straight, come down on your right knee, lift your left leg up. At the same time you bend your elbows and come down on your forearms. Bend your left knee, press the knee up to the ceiling, left knee's lifting up, get a nice stretch on that left quadricep. Inhale, left foot comes down and back, extends, and then we roll back and press back to downward facing dog. We're going to try that one more time on each side. Hopefully it made sense. So inhale, roll over your left foot, knee down, right leg comes up, bend the knee, drop the foot towards your backside and come down on your forearms. Inhale, right leg extends, foot down, roll back up to downward facing dog. One more time through, roll over that right foot, knee comes down, left leg pops up, bend your knee, come down on your forearms, bow down. Inhale, left leg comes down, press back up, downward facing dog. This time, let's walk our feet up to the front of the mat. Come to forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flow up all the way, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. From here, we're going to step back with the left foot coming into a low lunge position. Left leg back and strong. We're up on our hands, we're up on our fingers, or we're using blocks for the upper body. Deep breath here, maybe a little bit of a stretch, lifting that left thigh up to the ceiling. And then we'll take a little twist. We'll bring our left hand down to the mat. Right arm comes out to a T. Turn your body, flip it to the right, lift up for your twist. Exhale, bring your right hand back to the back of the mat. Reach it back toward your left toes. Inhale, reach it straight up to the ceiling, and then rotate it all the way around, reaching toward the front of your mat before bringing it down. Left knee descends down onto the mat. Lift up for low crescent. Deep breath here. Steady yourself through your core. Exhale, bring those hands down to the mat. And then walk your hands backwards, straighten that right leg. Come into half splits, Hanumanasana. Push back through the right hip, draw the left hip forward. Inhale up to fingertips. And then exhale, fold over your right leg. 2 more breaths here. Nice deep stretch through that right hip and IT band. 1 more breath. Walk your hands forward, come back up to the front. Lift the left leg up, step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, root those feet down, lift your arms up. Exhale, sit down in chair pose once again. 1 full breath here in chair. Nice and strong. Inhale, straighten up, lift overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with the right foot back for low lunge position. Straighten that right leg, press it back, maybe rock back and forth a little bit so you've got a nice, long, strong stance. Come up to fingertips, lifting up through the pelvic floor. Deep breath here. And then right hand down on the mat, left arm sweeps out for our twist, lifting that left arm up. Turning the torso. Exhale, bring the left hand back, reach it back toward your right toes. Inhale, arm comes back up, and then we're going to rotate it all the way forward. So a nice long stretch forward before bringing it down. As the left hand comes down, the right knee descends. Lifting up, Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge, arms reaching up. Open heart. One more breath. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, and then we'll start to walk those hands backwards, straightening the left leg. Come back into Hanumanasana or monkey pose, sometimes called half splits. Flex that left foot, push the left hip back, right hip forward, and then fold over your left leg. 2 more breaths here.
Sorry, I don't know that.
1 more. Walk the hands forward once again. Lift the right knee back up. Right foot comes forward, forward fold. Inhale with bent knees, come right up into your chair pose this time. 1 full breath here. Nice strong chair, strong core. Inhale, arms up. Reach them overhead. Come to upward prayer once again. Palms together, lifting your heart. Take that little back bend if you wish. And then inhale, upward facing hands, and exhale, forward fold. Step back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's take a full breath all the way up and down the spine. Deeply energizing. And then we're going to lift the left leg up for a split leg dog. Reach that left leg up. Point the toes. Bend the knee, drop the foot down, and open your right knee out to the right. Begin to look toward the right, up under your right armpit, and push your right foot away to the left, coming into upward scorpion here. Nice deep opening for those hips. Keep pushing that foot away, push it away, push it away. And then bring the hips back to center. Draw the right foot forward, come into low lunge, right foot forward. And then from this low lunge, we're going to walk the hands to the left side of our mat, pivoting on the right foot, coming into wide leg, forward fold. Lift up through your inner thighs. Nice, strong inner thighs reaching right up into the core body. But at the same time, relax your neck. So there's always a lot going on in these postures where part of the body is being asked to be very active and strong. But at the same time, there are other areas that we can let go of. Nice deep breath here. Come up to fingertips, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale and fold. All right, from this position, we're going to bring our heels slightly in and the toes slightly out. So 45-degree angle of your feet. So right toes are pointing up to the right corner, left toes are pointing toward the back corner. We're going to bend the left knee and we're going to walk those hands over to the left, bending into that knee, but you're going to give the stretch through the right inner groin. All right, so hold here, just pause your hands. My torso is still facing forward, so I'm not turning to face the foot. I'm keeping it forward. I'm still lifting up through the inner thighs. And then inhale, walk your hands toward the middle, straighten the left knee, bend the right knee, and keep walking them over to the right. Really slow, deliberate Skandasana here. Left inner thigh. Ooh, you can really feel that stretch. Inhale. Inhale, bring your hands back to center. One more time over to the left. If you want to take it down a little bit further, you can let your booty come down toward the mat. Lift your right toes, coming into full Skandasana. And then inhale, walk your hands to the center. Left knee straightens, right knee bends. Come into the supported version with your hands all the way up, or if you feel it and you want to come down a little bit further, you can turn those left toes upward and get a much more intense stretch. I will warn you on the inner thigh. Inhale, push yourself back up, come to center. Parallel your feet once again, bring your hands to your waist. And then with your core strength and control, lift yourself up. Arms are going to open out to the side. 5-point star. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, down. Let's take one warrior two here by pivoting on the front foot. Toes are now pointing forward. Dip into that front right knee. Breathe here, beautiful warrior. And then circle the left arm around like you're doing a cartwheel. Bring it down to the mat. Right arm sweeps up. Come into a lunging twist with the right arm up. And then exhale, bring it down. Slide the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And remember, you can take a child's pose and rest anytime you need to, anytime you want to. From downward facing dog, we're going to go through that whole sequence on the left side. So we're going to lift the left leg up first, split leg dog. Pointing that toe upward. Strong glutes. Lifting it up. And then bend the left knee, let the foot drop down. Knee comes out to the left, opening that left hip. And then we start to push that left foot over to the right, slightly turning our torso, so maybe we look up under our left armpit. Breathe here, an upward scorpion. Deep opener for the hip. And then inhale, bring your hips back to parallel position, bracing forward. Left foot comes forward to the front of your mat. As soon as you come into that low lunge position, walk your hands over to the right. Coming into Prasarita Padottanasana, wide leg forward fold. Once again, now facing the other side. Let your head drop down and relax, but lift up strongly through those inner thighs. Core is engaged and strong, but my neck is nice and relaxed. Inhale, come up to fingertips. Lengthen out your spine. Exhale and fold. Go ahead and bring your feet once again to that 45-degree angle. Heels in, toes are slightly out. Bending the left knee, walk your hands to the left side of your mat. Taking that first level Skandasana with hands, arms are straight. We're just feeling that stretch. Right thigh stretch, right inner thigh stretch. And then walk your hands to the center, bend your right knee, bring your body face to the right side. Spine stays nice and long here. Inhale, bring it to center. We're going to take it to the next level if you wish, or you can stay with that first level. If you want to bring the booty down on top of the left heel, you would then settle all the way down and then perhaps bend your foot upward. Inhale, walk your hands to the middle and then back over to the right. One more slow, deep Skandasana on the other side. Inhale, come back to center. Parallel your feet once again, hands to waist, lift up all the way, rising to the top, arms open in 5-point star, beautiful extension. Breathe up and down your spine. Relax your shoulders. Go ahead and turn your left toes toward the front. Take it into a warrior two. And then from warrior two, we'll take the right arm, cartwheel it around, right hand comes down to the mat, left arm sweeps up, take a little twist. Exhale, bring that left hand down. All right, so we're gonna stay here for this next position. We're gonna move into lizard pose. So we're in a low lunge with the left foot forward. So from lizard, to work into lizard, we're going to take the left hand to the inside of my left foot. Okay, so my hands are closer together now. I'm going to heel toe my left foot once, twice, so that my left toes are pointing off of the mat. So your left toes are pointing outward and off the mat, and then reposition your hands so that they're directly underneath your shoulders. So instead of keeping that left hand over here, reposition it so it's got that shoulder support. Okay, so this is our first level for lizard, and this may be plenty because it is a deep opening for that left hip, but we've done a lot of opening work, so it might be okay if you want to try to move to the next level. So this is fine. Next level option is to come down on your forearms on top of a block. Sinking a little more deeply into that left hip. You also have the option of lowering the right knee. That is a deeper opening for the right hip as well. So go slowly if you want to take that option. There's no right or wrong. It's just, it's different strokes for different bodies, as we say. And then finally, for some of us, you may be able to come all the way down to the forearm, but any of those variations are appropriate, just depending on the sensations that you feel and the signals that your body is giving you this morning. Breathe deeply. I will move through the flow of life. I will let go of resistance. I will allow change to be a joyful transformation. Breathe into your hips. Holding this just a little bit longer today. One more deep breath. Let's bring those hands back underneath the shoulders. If you drop to the right knee, lift it up. Slowly and easily slide that left leg back. Push back to a really nice downward facing dog. Maybe even pushing into one hip and then another by bending the knee one at a time. Still breathing. All right. And lucky for us, we have two hips, so we have two sides to experience lizard. So we're going to bring the right foot forward this time, having been to our initial posture, which is low lunge. And then take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot. So the heel is still on the mat, but the toes are pointing off and outward. Reposition your hands for support underneath the shoulders. And then whatever variation you took on the one side, you can sort of test the waters and see how it's feeling for this right hip. So if you want to lower the knee, you can. Down to forearms, either using the blocks or potentially all the way down to the mat. And you may have very different issues going on from one side to the other, so there's never any judgment. Just because you can move easily into a posture on one side of your body, the other side may have completely different situation going on, so just Be compassionate. Be loving. And if you need to come out of the pose at any time, if it becomes too overwhelming, then just come on into a child's pose and reset. Three more breaths. Let go of the resistance. All right, start to push your hands back into their supporting positions. Lift the left knee up. Slide the right leg back, push back into a nice juicy downward facing dog. And as we did before, it might feel good to drop one knee at a time and just press into each hip and feel all those juices come back into the hip and lower back. Beautiful. All right, come on forward. We're going to swing the legs around and start to cool down with a couple of counter stretches for that deep, deep hip opener. How are they feeling? Are they talking to you? Ooh, always feels good to me. All right, so let's just start. We'll come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. We'll bring the left foot around to the right thigh. We'll cross that right foot over the knee as like so, and you can see that. Crossing it over. I know it's super bright with my daylight practices. I know on the recording and watching through Zoom, it's super bright. So hopefully you can see that all right. All right. And then we'll take, we'll take the right arm over, right arm over, whichever way you're doing this. Take the arm over the leg. Or the other arm comes behind the back. Just come into your twist. Twisting and keep moving a little bit more with each breath. Relax and release. Settle into your seat. Feel that internal rotation of the hips start to counter all of the stretches we just did in the other direction. So we're squeezing the hip inward in this stretch. All right, come back around to the middle. Let's uncross and reset up on the other side. So whichever side you started on, just set up for the other one. Sit down nice and strongly between your feet. Arm comes around. And just start your twist on this side. The arm in front can help to bring the thigh inward a little bit more. You're kind of squeezing it in and giving it a little bit of leverage there. But breathe into your hips. Really direct your breath right into those hip joints. Back to center and cross your legs. We're going to roll on down. We're going to do one more little stretch to bring everything back to where it needs to be. Let's come into Apanasana, just knees hugging into the chest. And then we're going to cross the right thigh over the left. Same kind of stretch, but just in a lying down position. So right thigh is over the left. Hands are coming to my opposite shins, and I'm going to pull them in opposing directions. So my right foot is being pulled to the left, my left foot's being pulled to the right, and now you're really going to feel that deep inner rotation of the hips, but it should feel super good after everything we've been working on in this particular practice. Just let your shoulders relax. Just a little bit of pressure on the legs is all that's needed. Slow, deep, calming breaths. Know your breath. Your breath is what signals to the brain that allows relaxation to start to take over. So when you can control your breath, you can very often control your tension and relaxation. If there's one thing you learn from yoga, that's probably the most important thing. All right, let's let go of the legs, bring them back into center, and then we're just going to cross the other way. So if you started with right thigh over, this time bring your left thigh over the front. And same thing, just grab hold of your shins or your ankles or your feet, whatever you can reach comfortably. And then just kind of squeeze them. My thighs are shaking a little bit, are yours? A little bit of quivering in there, we did some work. Let go of your legs. Bring your feet down. And let's just extend the legs all the way down the mat. Ooh. Hands can just rest by your side. Let's just take the next few minutes in Shavasana. Rather than judging or describing or thinking it over too much, just see if you can sense and feel what this practice has done for your body, for your emotional state. Just feel what's going on. Enjoy it. And let yourself sink into a few minutes of rest. to offer yourself a little more energy into the breath by drawing it deeply but slowly down into the belly. Filling up and then releasing. Go ahead and bend your knees, slide your feet up. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a minute, just rock back and forth. Offer yourself a little bit of self-massage into the sacrum, into the lower pelvic region. And anytime you're ready, you can roll to one side. Or roll and help yourself up. We'll come to seated posture on the mat. And we'll close practice by lifting the arms up, reaching them